an Emmy and Grammy-nominated and Tony Award-winning actress. You know her from her work on Broadway, and You Can't Take It With You, Sunday in the Park with George, and Sweeney Todd, as well as from shows such as Impeachment, American Crime Story, and Welcome to Chippendales. You can see her next in Happy Face, which premieres with 2 episodes on March 20th on Paramount+. Let's take a look.
Mr. Jesperson, you promised you would tell us about the 9th victim, the Jane Doe. We're ready to record whatever you have to say, but you need to sign the release first.
I've already told Ivy that this whole thing is just a lie to get me here, so.
I wish.
Then prove it. What's her name?
Well, if I tell you that, then you're just gonna get up and you're gonna walk out of here, and I'm not gonna see you for another 15 years.
Well, if you don't tell me that now, then I'm just gonna get up and I'm gonna walk out of here and you won't see me for the rest of your life, so.
2 choices, Jesperson. Sign the form, go back to your cell.
Please welcome back to the show, Annalee Ashford, everybody. I'm so happy to have you here. I want to congratulate you. You added to the family. You had another baby. Congratulations.
I did. Thank you so
well
much.
Done.
Thank you.
Got an older boy, baby girl, but a bit of a gap. Your son's 8 years old now?
Yes, 8 years old.
So how does an 8-year-old react to a 4-month-old?
Well, he has become a man.
Oh, yeah. It has made him a man.
It has. You know, he was kind of nervous at first, and when we told him, he was like, we're having a baby? And then you saw him like realize what that meant. Yeah. And all of a sudden he went, will there be enough love for me?
Oh, wow.
Which was like heartbreaking, and we both cried, and then we all cried together.
And then, you're like, time will tell.
Time will tell.
It's too early to know.
I don't
Obviously,
know.
the hope is we'll have enough love, but
Let me check my love jar. I have to make some for you. But yeah, this morning I came in to like say hello with the baby, and he was laying in his bed with a robe on, reading a book.
Yeah.
So he's become a man.
I will say my 8-year-old has reached, he does a lot of like lying in bed reading a book, and it breaks my heart every time.
I know.
Like because he's got a little like, he has a bunk bed with his brother, so he has to have like a little book light. And the amount that I'm like, all right, that's it. And he's like, let me just finish this page.
I know.
And my wife doesn't trust that he won't do it, so I just gotta like stand there while he finishes the page.
I know. It's like, it's also satisfying because you're like, oh my God, thank God my kid can read right now. But also,
yeah.
It's also heartbreaking because they don't want you to anymore.
Yeah, no, they don't want you to read it anymore.
No.
I bet you're quite a performer when you read books. Do you feel like you're very good at it?
Yes, and he's like, please don't do the accent.
Yeah, same thing.
Right? Isn't
They
it
shut you down.
I know. We just got through the first Harry Potter, and I was like, oh, I cannot wait to be Hermione. And he was like, please stop doing that.
He hates it. The 6-year-old has a lot of notes where he's like, that's too scary, less scary. And I do less scary. He's like, well, a little scarier than that. I'm like, hey, buddy, I don't got 100 voices here. At some point, you just have to, like, we have to lock in and accept one of these. Speaking of scary, you had said that your son Jack saw Into the Woods.
Yes.
But you, at the time, told us you weren't going to let him see Sweeney Todd.
Yes.
And you folded.
Again, he's become a man.
Yeah. and when you become a man, you see all of Sondheim.
Yes, you see all 3 hours. But yeah, I mean, by the time that we got to the end of the run, he had aged a year.
Yeah.
And he also knew that I was like thrown into the oven at the end, and he was okay with that.
Right, right.
So he came to see the show, and I could not know that he was there.
So you knew he was going to come, but you didn't want to know the day.
No, I knew he was like coming within the week, and then his little face popped up in my dressing room after the show, and I was like, "You were here today, buddy!" Oh, it was amazing.
Now, did you not want to know just because of the nerves of knowing he'd be there?
I don't like to know who's in the audience anyways.
Yeah.
And then for some reason I was like, I'm gonna just think about what he thinks about the show the entire time.
Right.
You know, and also it's a show about cannibalism. So.
Yeah. And do you feel like it has been a negative influence? Has he leaned more towards cannibalism since he saw it?
He's very wary of meat pies.
Yeah, no.
Pies in general, you know, they're just not his thing. You know, crust is not his forte.
Happy Face, that's a lovely title. Not a particularly happy show.
No.
So this is based on a true story. of the daughter. You play a real person, and the person you play, it should be said, was a producer on the show. So you actually got to talk to her.
Yes.
And I think when you deal with these true crimes where you're dealing with victims and people are affected by these things, it's very nice to have those people involved to make sure you get the tone right.
It's been incredible. Her name is Melissa Moore. She's the daughter of a serial killer, and this is a fictionalized version of her story. But the thing that's so remarkable about her journey is she's used this horrific trauma that has affected her life and so many other people's lives, and she's used it as a way to advocate for people in their recovery of trauma and advocate for victims. You know, it's the ultimate, I think, example of somebody using something that was so bad for something so good. So yeah, she was there a lot and so present and helpful and lovely. And I think the show, I mean, I don't want to speak for her, but I feel like it's been part of her own healing and her trauma.
It is wonderful to have her involved. And of course, this is as a genre that I think a lot of people are drawn to true crime. Your mom as well?
My mom loves true crime.
Okay.
Loves true crime. This is not my first foray into true crime retellings. And every time I get to do one, I call her and I'd be like, do you know about this true crime? And she's like, of course I do. What do you need to know? What do you need to know? Because I know it all. And which documentary do you want to watch? And which part? She knows them all. She's an aficionado.
And does she, is she ever like help you select which true crime you're gonna, foray into?
She's just happy it's happening.
Right.
And she's like, do it all. She's one of those. She's like, we're kind of like, where's mom? And my dad will be like, she's upstairs watching true crime. Always. Just always.
Has she given you, I mean, I know it hasn't come out yet, but have you given her an early taste of this true crime?
She's seen some episodes and she's very pleased.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
In general, do you feel like, are your parents different in the way they give you feedback on your work?
Well, you know what's really sweet? My mom is an elementary school gym teacher and has been her whole life. And I come from a family of athletes. I'm like the only weird one. And she's so positive and supportive and has never given me, they've never been like, that wasn't good. They've always,
that's lovely.
Which is great. You know, even if it doesn't go well, they're like, it was fun. You know, there's always a positive. So you say you come from a family of athletes. I have been lucky enough to see you on stage. You are physical in a way that I feel like a lot of people. I mean, I will say now that I think about it, a lot of it is you falling down in a way that's really funny. I love to fall down.
You are so good at falling down.
And I'm always afraid it's going to happen in real life. And then if it does, I literally walking out here was like, you may fall down. I'm surprised I didn't.
Yeah. But at this point, I feel like you've established the theatrical falling down that if you fell down in real life, no one would know.
I just keep rolling.
Yeah.
You know, just keep going. And also, actually, the last time I was here, we looked back at pictures. I had bruises all over my legs. I don't have any bruises today. I haven't been doing any falling lately.
Yeah. It's nice to have you unbruised from a lack of falling.
It's great.
Another thing you have in the show is because there's a lot of flashback, so we get to see an actor who plays a younger version of you. Have you ever seen a cast version of you that's supposed to be you younger?
This was the first time, which also made me feel older. Have you had that happen in your lifetime?
I always am like, I won't do it unless I can play the young me.
I mean, it felt like I've come to the age where if I played the young me in this, it would be a different kind of show.
Yeah.
Which I'm also interested in. I would like to see that weird show. It's not this show, but yeah, it was like really wild to see a 6-year-old version of me, and it looked like my little boy with a wig on.
Oh, so they cast well.
They did.
Oh, wow.
Actually, it was him.
You were like, we're a team. You gotta hire both of us.
I wish. That's a good idea. Anyways, but yeah. And then the 14-year-old version of me, she's this wonderful, wonderful actress that made she made my heart break. But it's weird. It's like really weird seeing a person that looks like you but younger. They just have a lot more collagen.
Sons of bitches.
Right?
Yeah. I hope you enjoy your collagen while you have it.
Fun.
Thank you so much for being here. It is always such a delight to see you. You guys, this is Annalee Ashford, everyone. Happy Face premieres 2 episodes on Thursday, March 20th on Paramount Plus. We'll be right back.